some juicy bits. You have to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Am I falling behind in life? I damaged my hair. Am I quitting YouTube? That breaks my heart. So I actually dated somebody that was on a reality TV show. Do I need to move? Hi everybody, it's Lana here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. This is Lana Summertime. So I'm filming this on the 30th of August. Summer is wrapping up, sadly. So I kind of felt like it was a good time to summarize this season, just to give you a bit of an update. I realize I very rarely actually update you, especially here on YouTube. I actually made a commitment several months ago that my YouTube channel was going to be all about hair care. So you really haven't seen updates, personal updates from me on YouTube, and I do now want to change that. So I'm thinking of doing these little updates maybe every season or so, at least a couple times a year, maybe more than that, I don't know. But yeah, let's sit down and get into some juicy bits. I don't even know if it's juicy. I don't know if my life's very juicy, to be honest with you, but I do want to do some makeup with you guys and just chat with you guys. Okay, so the first thing that I'm actually using is the MAC Frosted Blur Face Primer. This is their base visage. Kind of funky because it comes out blue. I literally just put it here and here because that's where I feel like my makeup rubs off. I don't know why. And also it blurs pores. And also a little bit under my eyes because I don't want my eye makeup to crease up. Okay, so first thing that I have on my bullet point list, very super important, is because I feel like I need to be honest with you. This is something that's been on my mind and I try to hide it and I can't hide it. So the first thing is that I feel like I damaged my hair, and it has made a difference to how my hair looks, and it does mean that I have to style it a little bit differently. I don't know, and I feel like that's an amalgamation of things. Obviously I coloured it a while back, but then I just took so many trips, and I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, like I'm a water baby, so I'm constantly in the water. I'm constantly swimming. Salt water is my poison of choice, not pool water. I typically don't swim in the pool, but yeah, like a lot of this kind of trips really has taken its toll on my hair. Like, that's just the first thing I wanted to get out of the way, because I just wanted to address the elephant in the room. Like, my hair does look different, but I don't want to spend too long talking about that because I told myself that this was not going to be a hair care video. We can talk about that another day. If you have any questions about how I am going to be fixing my hair, then drop them in the comment section. Next matter of business that we need to talk about, my content. I literally asked for questions, and the first question that I got was, am I quitting YouTube? I mean, again, being really totally honest, I have not been as consistent on YouTube as I have been in the past. My content does not perform as well on YouTube as it has done in the past. I can't justify spending so much time on YouTube if it's not yielding the same results that it was before, and that breaks my heart because YouTube has been, and I think will always be, my favorite platform to use. Like, I love sitting here talking to you guys. Like, this is actually bringing me joy right now, and times just kind of changed and you had to move with the times and start producing all of this other content, and it gets very difficult. And I think it's also important to keep in mind that I am a team of one. It does get very difficult to kind of keep on top of all these different platforms, and they all have different algorithms and they all have different trends, and you have to try to navigate all of that. Very difficult. So no, the answer to the question of am I quitting YouTube is no. No, I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm in it for the long haul, baby. The concealer that I'm putting on, this is the Nude Sticks cream concealer, and this is their 4.5. I'm just going to dab some of this under my eyes right now. So no, I'm not quitting YouTube. It's just that my day-to-day has changed. I'm splitting my time across a lot of different ventures. Personally, I love to see growth, and I love to see change, and I love to see progress. So for me, I have really been looking forward, and I've been looking at what can I do next. The mantra is progress over perfection. Now let's move on to dating and relationships. Juicy! When it comes to dating, that is always one of the top questions that I get asked. Whenever I do like the little question sticker on my Instagram stories, the questions are always about dating. It's like, do you have a boyfriend? Are you dating anybody? You know, this kind of thing. Or it's like literally guys saying, can I take you on a date? Blah, 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 blah. And whilst I wish I could give you some kind of juicy update, I don't really have one. The theme of this video is like pure honesty, I guess. Honesty is refreshing. So if I'm being honest with myself and honest with you guys, I do have this sense sometimes that, you know, my peers, they're all kind of getting married at this point and they're having children. Like, I have this really amazing group of girlfriends, like we've been friends since school. We're there for each other, we're talking in the group chat every day, like amazing friends of mine. They're all in long-term relationships, if not married. Half of them have got kids, and I do sort of feel like the one that's, I don't know, I'm doing my own thing. So in some senses, I'm like, am I falling behind in life? Should I be doing what they're doing? Is there like some sort of structure for a woman? And I just come back down to reality and I just think, no, if I can do whatever I want. I have other groups of friends who are in the same situation as me, who are just single and thriving and loving life. So why would I base my life on this one group of friends? It literally doesn't make sense. I'm very comfortable being single and I'm never in a rush to get into relationships. But you know, obviously a date just takes a lot for me to get to a point where I would want to call someone my boyfriend and introduce them to all of you guys and my friends and family and everything. Like if I'm dating somebody new, I'm never going to be that person that's like introducing them to my friends and family like straight off the bat. I never want to be messy. I want to keep things like, let's figure out what we're doing first. Like, let's figure out if there's prospects. Let's figure out if you're going to be my future husband someday. So no, I don't talk about who I'm dating and that sort of thing often. I wish I could give you the updates because sometimes they're funny. Like sometimes it's just crazy. Like dating in the UK, you have to laugh because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So I've actually been using this shade from a Made by Mitchell palette as bronzer. I really like it. Ooh. Apparently I've lost the ability to see red flags. I've had a bit of a streak lately where it seems like every guy that I start chatting to ends up being bad news. And it probably is the kind of guys that I'm going for, to be honest. So my group of friends that I told you about, the ones who are like married and stuff, they tell me off sometimes because they tell me that it's because of the type of guys that I'm dating, and I should listen to them, to be fair. So the kind of guys that I've been dating, maybe they've done some work on reality TV, maybe they're athletes, maybe they're models or actors, you know, they do that kind of work. Maybe they're kind of in the public eye, they do some sort of like entertainment or something creative. I never want to cast everyone with the same brush, and I've said this to my friends. I'm like, I think you guys forget that that is the industry that I'm in. I am like an influencer, so when I meet people, if I go to events or if I'm meeting friends of friends, I'm gonna meet other influencers or people in that similar sort of space. So it does get very difficult to meet people who aren't in that space. It's very natural for people to socialize within similar circles. Like, I think it's very normal for people to meet people at work. And you could say, yeah, you could use a dating app, but my god, I hate dating apps with such a passion. Like, I'm so sick of them. I find them so draining. I find it so impossible to meet someone and create a connection through a phone screen with like this curated version of themselves. So I'm definitely in a phase of my life where it's like, I want to meet people in person. Now I'm meeting people in this industry. Maybe I'm coming across the same type of person. I don't know. I do take everybody at face value. I never want to stereotype people, and it's like, okay, I'm in this industry and I know myself and I know my friends, so why should I judge other people that are in this industry and assume the worst of them? Because I wouldn't want people to assume the worst of me. But what I will say is that there are a lot of egos in this industry, and that is something that I've struggled with. Oh, that's the shade I wanted. This isn't more nude sticks. I wanted to apply it precisely, so I'm applying it with this little brush. So I actually dated somebody that was on a reality TV show, and I feel like that never goes well, to be honest. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. So at the time that we had met, he had just finished recording the show and it hadn't aired yet, so he was just telling me all about it. He was quite worried about the show coming out and, you know, being thrust into the public eye after that, and what the repercussions would be and how he would be portrayed and everything. You know, he was really worried about it. I remember saying to him, like, when it comes out, let's not watch it, let's go on holiday. Like I really don't want to have anything to do with that show whatsoever when it comes out. Okay, I don't want to get my hair wet. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Love it. I remember at the time my friends were telling me, like, don't trust this guy, like, this guy's got so many red flags, this guy's bad news. And they were telling me that he was using me, like he was using me for either clout. Like, I don't really think that I have any clout to provide, but yeah, people were telling me that he was going to use me for clout, or he was going to use me for like image purposes, to just kind of have me on his arm, or that he was going to use me for my reputation. I mean, obviously, because I have a good reputation, among, like, in this industry I have a good reputation, you know, like I've never had like any kind of scandal or anything like that, so people were saying he was going to use me for that purpose, and I just didn't really see it at the time. I kind of trusted what he was saying, and I was like, guys, I don't think so. I think he's a good guy. This guy really must have been such bad news, because I even had somebody DM me warning me about this guy. And I've never had that before. I've never, ever, ever had that before. And now that the show's come out, I feel like I completely understand where my friends were coming from. And I really can see how he might have used me had we sort of still been together. So you do have to be careful. You have to be really, really careful. But like I say, I never want to paint everybody with the same brush. I have lots of good friends who have come from reality TV. Most of my friends are in this industry, so yeah. To come back to the subject of dating in general, in conclusion, it is hard. Guys, I don't know if I want to do a liquid liner or not. I'm like coming back and forth with the liquid liner because people keep saying that this is like a really millennial thing to do a liquid liner, but my eyes look so pale. Like my eyes just look so like tired and stuff if I don't have liquid liner on, so I don't know what to do. It's the only way that I know how to make myself look good. I need not you. It's so gloomy today. It feels like I live in Forks, Washington, also known as Twilight Land, the wettest place in the continental US. Okay, moving on to the next topic then is just like what life has been like in the UK. I don't know if this is like kind of a really inappropriate segue to move from dating to this next issue, but I do just want this video to be really raw and honest. I do have to talk about this next issue because this is something that's really affected me, but I suppose the only way that I can kind of link the two is just to say that dating is harder where I live, or like I feel like it's harder because of racism at the end of the day. Like I live in Essex. It's a predominantly white county. I really don't meet a lot of other ethnic minorities here, so you're either dating within this very small pool of other people of colour, or you're dating white people who don't mind dating outside of their race. And in Essex it's like, I mean, I hate it. Like I hate dating in Essex. So yeah, I kind of actively avoid dating in Essex at all. Like I do tend to date in London. It's more culturally diverse, it's ethnically diverse, and people don't carry this same kind of attitudes. That is definitely something that is at the forefront of my mind when I'm dating. But I suppose, yeah, that does kind of take me to this next thing that really has been on my mind. So let's talk about race. So literally just a few weeks ago now, I was housebound. I was literally told to stay in and not go outside. I couldn't even go to the shop. I literally couldn't even go to get milk from the shop. I couldn't even go to the post office. I had to stay inside because the right-wing white supremacists had planned riots up and down the country in multiple different towns, and in my town specifically, like almost right outside my doorstep, they were going to be rioting. And it was very, very scary. I was told by a lot of my friends and family to stay indoors. They were attacking people. Like they were chasing people down, throwing acid in people's faces just for being not white or not British by their definition of British. I don't even want to say that it confirmed what we were already thinking, but it definitely confirmed fears. When I was growing up, I grew up with a lot of racism. It's 2024 now, and I had gotten to a point where I thought it's not that bad anymore. People don't hold those kind of values anymore. But all that's really happened is that people are just kind of more careful about what they say. And when it comes to it, they will be out on the streets rioting, throwing acid in people's faces. Like, it was really, really scary. And it's so weird to think that that happened. That I literally couldn't leave my house because of how bad the threat level was outside. Not even don't get on public transport, not even don't go into the city, literally don't leave the house, like don't go outside. Like, it's so crazy that that happened. And then the next day it was just kind of like, And now what? I suppose that did kind of leave like a bit of anxiety in me, and maybe I was feeling a bit more on edge than I realised I was feeling. Oh guys, I just remembered what I wanted to do with my eyes. Okay, let's move on to a bit of a lighter topic now. So I had other questions just asking me kind of what I've been up to lately and, you know, what I've been getting up to. So I think anyone that follows me on Instagram knows that I have been doing a lot of traveling lately. I have been here, there and everywhere. I have been living a good life. I've been really making my dreams come true, I think. I spent the first months of this year in Bali, which was just like a dream come true. I made a vlog about it. I just was obsessed with that trip. Like, that was one of my favorite trips ever, and really weirdly it kind of feels like it didn't even happen. I don't know, it feels like a dream or something. Like, I guess I got to go back to Bali. Then I was in Mallorca with my sister. Then it was the sailing trip. We did the sailing trip around Turkey, and that was just a dream. I feel like that fulfilled my life's purpose. Like, I've really been thinking about that. I'm like, I feel like I'm destined to live on the water, and you know, I've been wanting to learn how to sail a boat for a very, very long time, and I just love that way of life. Like, I just love being on the water and just working with your hands, and you know when your day's work is done for the day, and everything is very raw and everything is very much in person. Everything is at the forefront of where it needs to be. Like, I just love that way of life. I really, really love it. You might catch me becoming a sailor and just moving off and living a life at sea. I also went to Paris for the Olympics, which was just incredible. Like, dream come true. I've just always wanted to go to the Olympics, like ever since I was a little kid, and I used to do athletics when I was a kid. I used to actually run for my school. So yeah, it really was a dream come true to see the Olympians there. And I met some Olympians as well, and it was just incredible. It was amazing. Yeah, then where did I go? Then I went on a cruise. In a few days I'll be going to New York as well, because my sister's currently in New York, so I'm going to go and join her, and we're just going to have a beautiful time. I think we're going to spend some time also in the Hamptons, and hopefully try to make it down to Orlando as well. So it's just been an incredible summer. Like, I've just had so much fun. I suppose let's also talk about how that makes me feel. Like, I've been doing so much traveling and seeing so many ways of life, and you know, that's my favorite thing about traveling, but it does make me think, do I need to move? You know, I was talking to my sister, you know, if she were to become permanently based in New York, we were saying, oh, how cool that would be. So I feel like maybe when I'm in New York, I'm going to actually scout out some of the neighborhoods and kind of just get a feel for what it's like to live there. I don't know, I feel like New York is intense. I don't know if I can hack it. I can barely handle London, so we'll see. Okay, so the mascara that I'm going to use is the NARS Climax mascara. So I like to just kind of wave it around a bit, get the mascara a bit drier and a bit tackier, and then I feel like that helps to prevent clumps, because then you can just kind of do that, do your lashes girl. So I just tried out one of the NARS Afterglow sticks, but I do not like this colour today. They're usually very sheer, but this one was actually quite dark. So the one I used before was Turbo. This one that I'm about to use is called Torrid, and this one is a lot sheerer, and it's kind of this peachy colour. So I'm just gonna pop that over the top and hope that it doesn't really conceal it. But these are, I use them as lip balms. I think they are lip balms. But they're, you know, like strongly tinted. Very moisturising, really like them. I know people don't do highlight anymore, I'm aware, but I do just like to have a little bit on the tip of my nose sometimes, and sometimes in the corner of my eyes as well, especially because I'm going to do some filming, so I do a little bit extra. Do you know what? I do keep going for the side part, and people say, you can't do a side part, it looks like 2018. Okay, but then why does a side part look better on me? Oh, why does it look so weird? Obviously I have been traveling a lot, and I'm really in a blessed position to be able to say that a lot of that traveling has been related to work. So I don't feel that I've just been doing nothing. Like, I don't feel like I've just been on holidays and nothing else. Obviously some of them have been holidays, but some of them have been work opportunities, and I've been able to build up my portfolio of travel collaborations, you know, get work done while I'm out there as well, you know, do some shoots and things. In terms of what I'm going to do next, and in terms of what the next few months are going to look like, I do think that I am going to have to slow down a bit on the travelling. I do have to be realistic, and I do have to look at the next few months and look at the sort of work that I want to be doing for the next few months, for the end of the year and through the next year as well. I did mention at the start of this video that I have been having difficulty kind of re-finding my feet with content and social media. So that's definitely something that I do want to work on. So again, just kind of renewing the focus on that, and also just working on the other avenues. I was looking the other day, or I mean, I saw some TikTok videos about it, about this idea of portfolio careers, and I realized that's kind of what I have. I have this kind of portfolio career, and that just made me feel so much better about what I do and why I do it. Because I think for the past year or so I've been kind of in this mindset where I've been feeling a bit bogged down, because I've been thinking like I don't have like a solid career path. And if you know me and if you know my past, I used to be kind of on the law track, and I had this dream I was going to become a lawyer. You know, I went and I got the law degree, and I was working as a paralegal while I was sort of securing my training contract and that sort of thing. So that has always been at the back of my mind. You know, what is my career? What am I? What do I do? And now I realise that this idea of a portfolio career, where you sort of work on different projects and you do tip your toe into a lot of different things, and you sort of become like a jack of all trades, and you do lots of different things, and you're quite explorative in terms of the work that you do. And I realise I think that's been me all along. That's been me my whole life. And you look at the A levels I took mathematics, English literature, media studies, law. So I've always had this spread of focus, and I think that it's always been difficult for me to try to narrow it down, or even want to narrow it down, and getting to grips with the idea that it's okay to not want to narrow it down, and it's okay to want to do lots of different things. That is an issue for our society. Our society does encourage people to really niche down and narrow down and become an expert in one very particular thing, which can be very daunting. Not to get too philosophical, but yeah, that's where I've been at, and I've come to that realization. And I don't know if maybe the traveling helps me get to that kind of realization. The thing is, when you're trying to clear something in your mind, when you're trying to clear a blockage in your mind, sometimes the narrow focus on it and trying to figure it out is exactly what's causing the blockage. And sometimes you do just need to let go, stop thinking about it, and relax your mind, and then that allows this blockage to clear, and you can see more clearly. So yeah, I'm feeling really positive about that. I'm feeling really positive about my career moving forward and the projects that I'm going to be working on. So I have this starburst pendant necklace. It's from Cartilage Cartel. So Cartilage Cartel, this is kind of their logo, and they're called Cartilage because they kind of started off doing earrings for cartilage piercings, and I guess they've expanded into other things. So it's like a little star. So I have this, and I have the whole matching set, baby. So you see this star pendant. I did have this as a cartilage, but all the points on the stars were digging into my ears, and it was like impossible to sleep. So I switched it out for the leaf. But I do still love the starburst pendant design, so I've got it on these hoops. So I'm just going to put those in to match the necklace. I love it. I love these. And you know, they're so small and dainty, but they still make an impact. Okay, so the earrings and the necklace are in. I'm going to leave these linked down below. These are Cartilage Cartel, and they're so cute. So I caved and I put on some liquid liner, and I also had to put on some powder. I am going to do something with my hair. Okay, just for the time being, I'm just going to pinch this here with some clips. I love wearing my hair like this, honestly. Like, I know it kind of gives off like old maiden vibes, but I love it. I think that looks so cute when I do this. And like sometimes, like if I go and run off onto a date, like, do you know what, why do I always feel like I'm going to dates in a rush? But anyway, yeah, this is kind of like a popular thing that I'll do. Like when I'm running off to a date, I'll quickly just kind of put my hair back like this. I just really like doing it. So guys, I am ready, which means that this video has come to a close, and it's been a really refreshing sit down with you guys, and I'm just sorry that it was so jumbled, and I hope that you were able to get something from it anyway, even if it's just to keep you company while you're doing whatever you're doing. And I've just been talking for so long, and what that tells me is that I need to do this kind of video more often, so that I'm not kind of stuffing everything into one video every time that I have an update. yeah, like I feel like we've covered so much and it's not even half of what I actually wanted to talk about. So yeah, if you do like this kind of video, definitely let me know. Tell me in the comment section, thumbs up the video, tell me on Instagram, like however you want to tell me. Like I said, in a couple of days I'm going to go to New York and I am actually planning to vlog that trip. So if you do want to see some New York vlogs, then let me know, because it's actually quite hard to vlog. So if I get the feedback that no one wants to see that, then maybe I won't do it. So yeah, definitely let me know. I'm going to get on now and film some other bits and bobs for the short form platform. So yeah, it's just been my pleasure to sit down and talk with you guys today. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.